right, setting up users. Right, so you can go into the settings there, set up users, you add a new user. If you have access to multiple companies, you'll see all of the companies that you have access to as a user in there. I'm in my Marjorie. This is not a Fourlane user, right? So I'm not going to check this box. Or if I like am setting up a customer, I say okay. We put in the username. I suggest usernames to be email addresses. Easier. It doesn't have to be, but you know, I think it's easier to remember your email address. Put in their first name, last name, email address, can put in their phone number, and then you type in a standard password for them. And then when they get the email that their user has been set up, the first time they log in, they will be asked to reset their password. Pretty standard stuff there. If somebody already exists, you can go in to administrative options and reset the password to the company name, right? I'm logged in as super user, so I can't do this. You can update their password here as well. So you can set their password, and when they go log in, it'll ask them to reset their password as well. That's not true. They don't have to do this anymore. So setting up a user is pretty straightforward. Then we have roles. So you can create a new role. Let's say this is the AR clerk. Right now we can't have spaces in roles. So you can set all to add edit, or you can set all to none. This is like a mass select almost. But just going through the list, you can see, right, we have basically all the lists, and the access is none, view, or add edit, which is create and edit. Okay. So chart of accounts, customers, vendors, items, blah, 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 all the lists, all the different transaction types. We are working on getting down to the cell level on this, because I know people ask for that all the time. They want to view, edit at the cell level. If you guys have ever seen that in Salesforce, it is very overwhelming. It is pages and pages and pages of like view, create, edit, right?
Modify.
View, create, edit, yeah, modify. It's pages of it, and it can be very overwhelming for customers. We're going to have that in CX eventually. Right now, it's kind of similar to how it is in QuickBooks, which is pretty high level, right? Can they view, edit the transaction? Can they view, edit the list? Under company, we do have company preferences, right? And they do have access. I'll show you that in here in a second. And then also they have access to users. And then reporting, right, is where the column chooser, if they can download things, and then if they can run reports or print transactions. So pretty straightforward for now. There is something in here that, I don't know if you guys saw this, we did add this for a customer one time, which is allow sales price modifications. That's not something that you can do in QuickBooks. We can't limit somebody from being able to change a sales price on a transaction in QuickBooks, but we added it for a customer, so we just made it global. And we are all ears for things that could be global, you know, modifications like that. Not things that are specific to a company, but something that like many users could use. We're all ears for those kinds of things. Okay, so setting up users, you do have to set up users inside of QuickBooks. It cannot read that from QuickBooks. I mean, inside of CX, you cannot read that from QuickBooks either. Good on that?
Question, maybe I may have missed it as I was testing in here, but I don't see roles where I can assign any roles.
So when you set up the user, you choose which role.
I'm signed in as the admin, and it says you have to be signed in as super user to assign any roles.
Assign roles. Okay. Hold on. That can't be the case, right? Because in some of our instances, I mean, I know. If I'm under the, right now, so how I got to here, right, was I went to settings and I just went to users or roles. And here I can see all the companies that I have access to. And I can log into all the companies that I have access to from here. So it's kind of like a QBO, right? Like a QBO accountant.